Hey everyone, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another Calgary Stampeders game day video post as we turn the calendar over to October. Here are week number 17 in the 2022 CFL Regular season. The Calgary Stampeders are on the stretch drive, waiting for home playoff date, as on Saturday, October 1st, to literally kick off October. The Calgary Stampeders will be back at home to take on the Toronto Argonauts, and could say maybe a potential 109th Grey Cup preview if things go well. I mean, you got the top team in the East Division at 8-5. Once again, the West has definitely been much stronger because the Calgary Stampeders coming into this game are 9-5. However, they are third in the West Division, so it gives you an idea the strength of the divisions. Both teams are going to be coming off big victories last week. The Toronto Argonauts destroyed the Ottawa RedBlacks on the road with a 45-15 victory, which essentially almost squashed out the any small playoff hopes that the Ottawa RedBlacks have. Especially Toronto had a big day on defense. All the Calgary Stampeders, on the strength of Jake Maier, one of the top performers of the week, the Calgary Stampeders were able to defeat the BC Lions 25-11 on the road. So both teams are coming off big wins on the road. Interesting fact with the Calgary Stampeders this season, though, is even though we are 9-5 overall, we are only 3-3 at home. Trust me, it's been a tougher ride at home, but I'm going to say this is going to be another game for the Calgary Stampeders to show that we are peaking at the right time. Continue on the Jake Maier bandwagon, actually to the extent that we extended Jake Maier up until the end of the 2024 season. So might bring up more speculation about Bo's future in Calgary long term, but in the short term, we are still driving for a playoff spot. The only major injury the Calgary Stampeders have sustained from the game last week was, unfortunately, Derek Dennis. He broke a fibula in the game in BC last week. The left tackle, so he is out for the season. So Coker will be coming in, and we'll get Cameron Judge back from the suspension after the incident in the BC game that we lost in overtime by the way of former Toronto Argonauts. But I joked that this matchup is the current Calgary Stampeders versus the East Calgary Stampeders. There's definitely a lot of former Stampeders on the field and the coaching staff for the Toronto Argonauts. I'm going to say the Calgary Stampeders, hopefully with the balanced offensive attack, which that's what I've noticed since Jake Maier took over. And actually the game that we won in Toronto in August with the last second field goal, I think I remember it was 23-20 for Calgary. Calgary came back in the second half when we decided to make the change at quarterback, and Jake Maier's looked back. I noticed he has spread the ball around with our receivers, including our Canadian receivers last week, with Colton Hunchuk, Richie Sindeni, and Luther Akanavu, and that Jalen Philpott is starting to become a bigger part of the offense, player to be drafted in the first round, who went to school right here in Calgary. So I'm going to say our Canadian receivers have picked it up with, we still have got Malik Henry and Reggie Bagleton as well for the threat. So I'm liking our depth, and our running game has definitely been the top notch in the CFL, led by Kadeem Carey and Peyton Logan. He definitely, one person on the Stampeders fan page always makes references to Sonic the Hedgehog, and Peyton Logan looked like Sonic the Hedgehog with this touchdown run last week. However, we have to counteract with the Toronto Argonauts with Macbeth and McLeod Bethel Thompson. He's definitely still capable of putting up big yardage for the Toronto Argonauts, and that AJ Ouellette, who's definitely been filling in for running backs, I know, for the Toronto Argonauts in absence of the injured Andrew Harris. So I'm going to say we're probably going to see a little more offense I'm going to say, in this game in Calgary compared to the game back in August that we saw. However, I'm going to say Toronto is still looking to get their home playoff date sewn up as well, but the Calgary Stampeders and the Toronto Argonauts have already punched their tickets to the playoffs, but it's always better to have your home playoff date in tow, and I'm going to say the Calgary Stampeders still going to need to do a lot their part and possibly have some help in the standings, because we still are at a disadvantage with the BC Lions. And as of this recording, the BC Lions had a 24-6 lead at home against the Ottawa RedBlacks. I don't think the Ottawa RedBlacks are going to pull off an upset to help us out a little bit here. So I'm going to see how things play out. But I'm looking forward. I was always looking forward to game day, but looking forward to see, our current Stampeders take on the former Stampeders. And I say the game in Toronto back in August was definitely a turning point when we decided to hop on the Jake Maier bandwagon. And so far, that decision has paid off for the most part, as he has shown his efficiency and his accuracy over Bo. No stacked Bo, but he's always going to be a legend here. But it's a business, and we'll discuss about that another time. And then, before I close it out, I have my lamp on orange instead of my favorite color, red. In this particular case, because I'm still recording this video at the end of September for National Truth and Reconciliation, as this is the second year that Canada has had the occasion and purpose of the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation is to bring awareness to our Aboriginal people and culture and the brutal history that we are learning a lot more with our residential schools. So I have my lamp on orange for that as well, and I just took in some virtual events at home on my day off for National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. I'm going to say it's something that is going to build upon, given that this is only the second year Canada has officially recognized it as a holiday. And with it falling on a Saturday next year, I think you're going to be able to have more people to be able to take advantage and take in some more events, depending on where things are at that stage. So that's why I have my lamp on orange for this game day post, but red is always my color, but that is what it is. So anyway, close out. If you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, home of the Flames, Hitman, Roughnecks, Stampeders, as well as the Calgary SC, and then pretty soon we'll have the Calgary Wranglers officially start their season, as our AHL affiliate has moved shop here, as I mostly do talk Calgary sports on my YouTube channel where I recap games and story that. And earlier today I did make my announcement video on how I plan to change my game recaps in the future, but I also do have personal vlogs to have to comedy. I also do share my experience time on the road or a sporting event on my channel, so if that all sounds like it'd be interesting to watch, to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, you know what to do. Just make sure you like, subscribe. I also have my other social media links down in the description below, and of course I appreciate subscribe. I meant to say on my second channel in Brett Hornby Shorts, so you can check me out there as well. For example, after the game, I'll post a quick post-game recap on what happened between the Calgary Stampeders and the Toronto Argonauts, but this time at home. So anyways, I'm going to say go Stamps go. Thanks for watching, and let's enjoy the last month of the CFL regular season as the Calgary Stampeders are jockeying for position, and I still would like to be able to go to a game at McMahon Stadium, at least on Sunday, November the 6th, where we'll likely host the BC Lions, but we still got some work to do to be able to get to that point. So, thank you.